happen.
Anyway, thanks for coming on the show. Janice has sorted out for us. Tell us, well, introduce yourself. Start with that.
Well, I'm Tom. I play the drums in our band Airflow, and we just released our first single about 2 weeks ago now. 2 weeks ago.
Yes, which we'll delight the audience with after this interview. We'll play that for you. So brilliant. What got you into music then?
Well, it was my brother actually. So I'm in a band with my older brother James, and he would have been here today, but he's had to go into the office, and the rest of them are all working. So,
right, okay.
Sadly, they couldn't join me. But it was James. So he's played guitar for as long as I can remember, since he was 4, I think. But he just kind of gave me a drumstick one day, and he just got me started like hitting cushions and things like that, playing along with him.
Nice.
And before I knew it, I was kind of having drum lessons, and then one thing's led to another. His previous band split up, and we just kind of got this going. So you could kind of say maybe it was always meant to be.
I did on purpose, didn't he? He's been training you up like a Padawan. And he's like, I'll get him ready. When he's ready, I'm going to piss this lot off, and he's coming in. We're going to get the band together. I love it. Excellent. Yeah, it's all right. I'm just trying to read the message. If you've got any questions for the band while he's on, because the rest of the band, as we say at DuggystoneRadio, they couldn't be asked, because Eddie's over in the States. He should be doing a show. He can't be bothered. So if you've got any questions, drop them in. So where are you based?
We're based around Bristol and Cardiff, Newport, because my brother James and I were both from Bristol. Cam, the singer, he's from Wales, and so's Alid, our bassist, as well. So it's quite nice because we can kind of be a little bit greedy and have quite solid shows around Cardiff, Newport, and Bristol. So it's nice for us really, because we can have a strong presence in both.
Love
so
it.
It's nice.
Love it. So you've released a track, so it sounds like you've done it, sort of flipped it on its head. Instead of releasing a body of work and then becoming touring, you're actually doing the gigs, and now you've released music. Is that the way you've done it?
Yeah, I mean, so prior to this band, the bassist and my brother James, they were in a band called the Rotanas, and they did pretty well for themselves. I mean, they did a lot of this feeling shows. They played Isle of Wight Festival. They were together for about 5 years.
Yeah.
So over that time, Alid, who does all of our emails and all the PR kind of stuff, he built up quite a solid contact book of people that know that they're decent musicians, and knew that we'd be open to playing shows. So we were lucky in the sense that prior to releasing music, we got offered these gigs.
Brilliant.
And now it kind of gave us a nice little bed of people that discovered us and people that kind of thought, yeah, these guys are cool, so that we could release some music and have more of a solid kind of listener base right from the start.
Awesome. Got a question here from Manta Ray. They're based around your neck of the woods as well. He says, "Hey Tom," he doesn't speak like that. "Hey Tom, what is your favourite cymbal?" Splash, crash, hi-hat, sorry.
Well, that's a very good question actually. But recently I bought two cymbals that really hurt my bank account, but have been very much worth it. I bought some Peisty 2002 hi-hats, which are the same that Stuart Copeland and the like used.
Oh, nice.
And I also bought a Zildjian medium thin crash, Zildjian K it was, which is by trade just a really solid, dependable cymbal. But when you go from like a 3 cymbals that probably aren't quite as good as they should be to 3 that are quite a lot better, you really notice the difference. You really do appreciate it. So those 2, I'd say. It's 2, not 1. But
nice. That's fine because Coastal Fire Department, we had an exclusive from them earlier on. They their drummer, he always has his snare. He has his snare drums. He always comes on and says his favourite snare drum, but he's got a container with about 30 snare drums in it. So everyone's his favourite. Anyway, absolutely, yeah. Seriously, you want to check them out. They're managed by Lele Records in Guernsey. Great guys. Go and check them out. We'll try and link you up with them. You need to have a chat with them. You check them out. Yes. Any other questions? I'm just checking if there's any other questions. No, nothing on there. So where you play next?
Next week we're playing a show in Cardiff. That's at Porters in Cardiff. That's for the Forte project, which is a kind of initiative run by the Welsh government. So they kind of provide grants and gigs to local bands. And then following that, we've got another show. That's for This Feeling. That is the sold out. It's in Bristol. That is, and we're supporting a band called Twin City.
Nice.
Who are really good. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but yeah. So those are the two we got coming up, and then there's a few more This Feeling shows hopefully in the pipeline. But and then there's a festival in Port Talbot of all places in Wales. So
brilliant! Nice place, so lovely place as well. Yeah.
So that'll be.
Whoever's driving, just be careful because they've changed the speed limit laws in Wales. Yeah. Absolute goons. 20 mile an hour, isn't it? And instead of 30 now.
Yeah, I got stung the other day. I was coming out of Cardiff and I was doing 34 and a 30. And rest assured, I did get a speeding ticket for that, and I wasn't best pleased. And now I found out that they've reduced the speeding limit
to 20, to make it even safer. Next thing, we'll be back down to 6 mile an hour and a man in front with a red flag so that you don't hit anyone. Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Before I forget, we normally get artists to do a drop for us so we can play it as a jingle or whatever on the show. So can you do us one and say, this is Tom and the band's name, and you're listening to DuggystoneRadio?
Yeah, of course. Hi, this is Tom from the band Airflow, and you're listening to DuggystoneRadio.
Wonderful. That'll go on our platform, and we'll play that on this show as we do with other ones.
Oh, fantastic.
Hey, and if you can be asked, when you're backstage at your next gig, if you just do it as a video, send it to us. Hi, this is Airflow, DuggystoneRadio. We're backstage, here we are. I'll play it as a video on one of the next shows, and we'll play you track again.
Fantastic.
Do that.
I'll make sure. I'll send a message to the chat now. I'll make sure we do that when we're playing next Wednesday.
Because what we're trying to do is make this show, it's about introducing and promoting emerging bands, but we also want to get some content, and it makes it a bit more like a magazine show with little snippets and fun bits. So it's not just me chatting and music playing, it's a lot of interesting. So I'm going to start getting bands to do that. My producer's asking me to ask this question because it's probably the first question I should have asked you. Tom, tell us about your debut track, Drift Away.
So, Drift Away was from basically my brother James in his old band. It was from his back catalogue, and it was one that they played right at the end of the set because it just it roused the crowd. I mean, when you play it, when you hear it, you'll notice that it's got a very recognisable and learnable chorus.
Nice.
So that's the point of it, really. So it's just designed to be an upbeat, kind of feel-good tune that also has the key elements of kind of a good indie rock song. It's not too cheesy or anything like that, but it kind of gets you on a lovely morning like today, the sunny week that we've just had. I think it really fits the vibe.
Like it, and I'm looking forward to playing it to everyone in a bit. That sounds amazing. And that's I've got another question coming up, but I've this one before I forget. That's quite interesting. I think bands need to have those tracks that are quite catchy that people can get a bomb. So when you go and do your gig somewhere and you start playing it, everyone can get involved. And I think
of course.
a crowd or an audience participating in the show is very important, and well done to you for doing that as well. Sounds great.
I mean, if I was to give you a comparison, it would be like our Not 19 Forever, that kind of thing.
Oh, nice. Yeah. You love it.
Yeah.
And going back to what you were saying about Stuart Copeland, there was three bands that I was really into when I was growing up. Shows you how old I am. One was the Police, the other one was UB40, and the other one was the Jam. So if you can play those drums, anything like Stuart Copeland, man, brilliant. You need to do something. Yeah, you need to.
He's a genius. He really is a genius. I don't think I'll ever be on his level, to be honest with you.
Well,
he is a genius.
You can, if you aim for that height, you can but try, can't you? It'd be interesting to see how they sound if you did a bit of a police go on it on them. That'd be brilliant. Anyway, right, a question here. Eddie King is over in Florida at the minute. So it's about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. He says,
Wow.
is the dress code, is there a dress code when you're on tour? So do you dress a particular way? Do you all wear the same stuff, or is it just come as you feel?
So me and the boys, when we kind of formed, it was literally only kind of, 8 months ago, really. But we kind of looked around, and you've got pro bands like the Hives. They wear suits or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's new and emerging bands that dress in a particular way to appeal to a certain group of people. But we kind of said we just want to wear, like loose kind of. It's kind of like skater style. To be honest with you. So just kind of like loose kind of clothes that kind of, it kind of fits what we're trying to put out. We're not trying too hard. We're not trying to be anyone we're not. It's just kind of not really, just wearing as we feel, wearing what we feel comfortable in, because we want, the widest range of people possible to come out and watch us, and just try and appeal to everyone.
Love it. Lelay Records, based in Guernsey. They're absolutely brilliant. They manage coastal fire departments. They've asked a very serious question here. He says, does pineapple belong on pizza?
Yes, it does.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yes, it does.
I've gone right off you. It's not to everybody's taste, is it? Because I built a pizza oven a few years ago, and one of the best pizzas I've ever made. My brother was here for a party. He says, I want chili on mine. Chili pizza. I went, oh, like fresh chili chopped up. He went, no, you've got chili con carne in the kitchen. I want chili on a pizza with cheese. And I tell you what, it's one of the nicest pizzas I've ever had. It was awesome. So yeah.
To be fair, it sounds like it would work. Thinking about it.
It was. And then I had someone else came, and she says, I said, oh, you can make your pizza. She went, I want a dessert pizza. I went, you what? She went, I want Nutella, marshmallows. I was like, what? So that was another pizza we've done in the past, which was quite interesting. So yeah, pineapple belongs on pizza according 100%. To airflow. Yeah.
Well, to me at least. I don't know if the boys would agree, but
right. Lelay Records, correct answer. That leads me on to a question. I'm going to let you get going in a minute. Leads me on to another question. Is do you have any post gig rituals, as in food? What do you munch on after because a lot of people can't eat before they go on stage. So what's your normal go to when you've had a gig? Oh, can't hear you now. Is that me or is that?
I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, go on. Might be my headphones. Go on. What do you say? You can't eat?
Yeah, I mean, regardless of where I'm playing or who it's to, I can't eat before a show. So normally I'm the designated driver. So
oh, you fool!
I know it's a bit of a joke. It's because I'm the only one that can really drive except for the bassist, and he only lives in Newport, so there's no point in him doing any of the driving. So. Anyway, so after a show, I normally insist we pull over at a service station or something. So it'll end up being a McDonald's, I reckon. But once in a blue moon, it just kind of fills a hole, and
it does the thing. And you said you're the designated driver because you're the one who can drive. If you carry on getting speeding fines, you won't going to be driving anymore, will you? So watch yourself with that. Hey mate, at one point I had 9 points on my license, and I drove around for about a year or so till 3 came off, absolutely cacking my pants.
God, yeah, I bet. It's a situation I would never want to be in,
No, it's not nice, mate. So watch yourself. Lelay Records say coastal fire departments after gig rules is cocktails and shots. That's what they have. So
they sound. Yeah, I mean, if we had the money, I'm sure we would.
They've got the money. They're laughing. Well, what it is, you see, you're a bit younger than them. They're old gets, so they've got the cash. They've got the disposable income.
Soon, no, I'm aspiring. I'm aspiring to be like that.
But yeah, go and check them out. You really like them, right? I'm gonna. Well, is there anything that I've not asked you, or you want to promote, you want to talk about before I let you get on with your day, and we'll play your new track?
Yeah, I mean, for our new track, we just released a music video as well, and the story behind it is we had no money, of course. So I found a 20-year-old camera, and we basically just documented our studio weekend on it.
I did. So, I think I've seen that. So is that on the old YouTube now?
Yeah, it's on YouTube now. So it's just a little video that me and my brother just kind of put together for a laugh. But
I think
it kind of captures the whole kind of vibe of the weekend really nicely, I think.
I think Janice might have sent it to me, and I've got that much content. I've lost track of what I've got and what I've got to play. I'm trying to find that. Did she send me it as a video? I need to go and find that, don't I? I bet she has. Because I'm sure I've seen it all like grainy, like obviously an old photograph.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So where have I seen that then? Right, let's.
Might have been on our Instagram or Twitter.
I have seen it because I've thought, oh, that's brilliant. That I love what you've done. Now, why can't I find you? Why can't I find you on YouTube? It helps everybody else. Where can we find the video?
So if you go on YouTube, just type up Airflow in all caps and then a little hyphen, Drift Away, and it should come up straight away. And then also, if you want to find us on Instagram, it's just at Airflow Band. Same as Twitter, same as Facebook. Just type that in, and we should come straight up.
Oh, I'm failing miserably here. Let's see if I can find it because I've seen Drift Away, Airflow, Drift Away. Oh, there it is. I've got it here. So instead of playing the audio, we're going to play the VT. How's that?
Cool, fantastic.
Do you know what, man? It's been some time. I like to do these interviews because I like to get to know people and get behind them and find out what they're about. Sometimes they're very difficult because the people are nervous or they've not got the confidence. But you've been an absolute pleasure to interview, man. You've been really good.
Oh, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to be on here, and I really apprieate your time. Thank you so much.
You take care, mate. Watch what you're doing, and say hello to the band. And if you could do us that drop behind stage,
yes, I'm getting Cam to do it today.
We'll love it. Now, what do we say, Janice?
We say, cue the VT.
See you later. Here's the VT, people.
Coincidence
La 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 dee da ba 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 ba. Yeah, he's right. It's catchy, isn't it? Ah, we just want to play our tune. Love it. Thanks for saying that, Janice. Wonderful, great video. Love it. And song that comes in from Mantra Rain.